Organized Sound Podcast. Welcome back. We have a very special guest in the building. We got Ajiggy here.
What's good? What's good?
I'm doing all right, man. How you doing?
I am doing
You
good.
came to see me working hard.
Yeah.
6 days a week on the grind.
Yeah.
1 day off.
Yeah.
That's not easy. Does it take it? Do you feel like tired? Does it take it out of you?
Sometimes, but just working. It's whatever.
You're used to it?
Yeah, basically, I've been doing it for a while.
Nice. All right. So, you're coming from Brooklyn. You said you only been living in Massachusetts for like a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about growing up.
Growing up, it was different, a lot different from living out here right now. Growing up, I wasn't really too like, I always made music, but I wasn't too invested into it. You feel me? It was like, I just wanted to hoop, wanted to play ball. Like obviously did like what normal people do in Brooklyn. Play ball, like I was in the streets, just chilling. I wasn't really too focused on the music. Then I moved out here. My family wanted a new life. Came out here, and then I started like doing little raps in school, like I joined chorus. I was doing like all the rap stuff for chorus, and then everybody was like, "Yo, you should rap, you should rap, you should rap." And then my dad rapped, so then I already had the influence, and then he bought like a little studio in the house, and I put out a song with my brother Jerry. And it was just like some random shit we made like quick. And then I put it out, and then when I went to school the next day, everybody was like singing a song. I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like I just put this shit out like for fun, you feel me? And then ever since then I've been like real caught up on the music shit.
You've been coming back to it, staying with it.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you got that response early, and that kind of motivated you.
Yeah, cause at first, to be honest with you, I put the song out by accident.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to put out a different song that I had by myself, but I don't know why. When I saved them in my computer, I just saved them like the same name, but like one was 1 and then the other one was 2. So I just put the wrong one out, and then I realized like when it was already at like 500 plays on Soundcloud, I realized like, oh shit, I put out the wrong song, but it was already too late. So I was like, whatever, I'm about to just rock with this one.
Yes. Okay. So you came in this like SoundCloud era.
Yeah.
Is that still your favorite platform now? How do you feel about the different places where music exists?
Nah, to be honest, like I haven't posted on SoundCloud in a minute, to be honest. I don't know. It's not like no problem with it or nothing. I just been really focused on visuals, because I feel like visuals, you get to connect with the people more because they get to see you and like see how you like you're feeling your emotion in a video. So SoundCloud is cool, but like a lot of people don't even have the app. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got YouTube, so you could just post it.
Right. YouTube feels like it's just the place now. Like, whereas all these other platforms, it feels like, oh, there's just a piece. There's just like there's its own group. Like, there's that group of people that's on SoundCloud. There's the group of people that's on Spotify. Yeah. There's the group of people that's on Apple Music. But everybody is on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, yeah. That's how it is.
Okay, so this was high school, you're telling me, where things started going up. Actually, I want to talk about this WrestleMania shirt, because this is like a big thing in New York. Like, I think about like ASAP, Rocky, like dudes like that. They're all very down with WWE. Why do you think there was such a WWE culture specifically in New York?
I don't know. That's more like a Harlem thing, to be honest. In Brooklyn, like it's not really like that. Now it's starting to get like that, but I think it's just maybe just a fashion thing, to be honest, or like just like a nostalgic thing, a vintage type of thing. I don't know.
It definitely has that feel to it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I watched it when I was a kid too. I really liked like Rey Mysterio. So did you come from like watching it?
Nah,
heavy?
yeah.
Or did you come from like video games or?
Nah, when I was young, I used to watch wrestling heavy.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to fuck with John Cena. John Cena was my fit. That nigga's tough. I fuck with John Cena.
Yes.
Yeah, that boy.
Yes. He was sending elbows. Okay. So talk to me about coming to Massachusetts, right? So you're leaving Brooklyn, where you lived all your life. What was it like uncovering the music scene that's around here and starting to go into studios here?
In New York, it was different. Like, music was different. Like, it's not nothing like how it is now. It wasn't like really drill. It was more like when I left New York, I was listening to like Joey Badass, like Pro Era. I was listening to like Flatbush Zombies, ASAP, like stuff like that. You feel me? So then when I came out here, it was different because a lot of people like didn't even know who that was. So then it was like, damn, like going like making that type of music was just different. Then I ended up linking up with Jonas Rages, shout out Joe, and then him Low Valley. That's like a collective that he was with at the time, with a bunch of great artists. Shout out them. And then I just connected with them because they were in tune with the stuff that I was in tune with. So they were like some of the only people. So then I was just like, damn. So then going in the studios out here though, I didn't really get into a studio till probably like out here, like someone else's studio, probably till like last year. Like I only went to Trinity Studio. I went to my boy Tay's studio, Superfly. That's the label I'm on, Superfly Studio. But they were in tune also. They're older than me, so like they're more in tune with like more old school music than I am. So like they already had that feeling. So it wasn't like it was like the same as if I was in New York because their favorite artists are people from New York, like Jay-Z,
like the
Nas.
New York legends,
Yeah,
Fab.
yeah, like Fab, Jada. So then it was like I felt like I was at home with them. That's why I started rocking with them, rocking with Superfly because it was like those are like my brothers. We all connected. For me, off rip, we all connected. So it was like different. But now when I get in the studio, it's more like I don't know. It's just a different vibe now with music than it was when New York. A way different vibe.
Right, and it feels like you're following the sound though at the same time. Before we get into your music, I wanted to talk about Honey Team.
Yeah.
So what is Honey Team and who's in it?
Alright, Honey Team. That's like some stuff that I made like maybe like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and it was like it just happened because I used to chill with some basketball players named from Jelly Fam. You ever heard of that?
No.
Jelly Fam is like a basketball thing. It's like they were worldwide. Like so then I was like I used to chill with them. Isaiah Washington, shout out Zay. Just all of them I used to just chill with them. Then I was like nah, like I used to jack Jelly Fam. Like I'm like oh I'm Jelly Fam. Then I was like nah, I want to make my own stuff. So then, boom. It was like 9th grade, 10th grade. I was just sitting down in my room. Like I was with my brother Jerry. I'm like damn, like, how do we come up with a name? Like, what are we about to just run with? So then I was watching some like basketball players documentary, and then he was talking about honey buns. He went in the store. He was like, yo, this honey bun, boom, boom. And I was like,
oh yeah, classic like gas station like go to.
I was like, yo, Honey Team, that's tough. And then I just changed my Instagram to it. Boom. Then my Jerry changed Instagram. Then like a bunch of people started following suit. Bunch of people, and then that was a couple years ago. So as of right now, it's not really no one in it because we don't be pushing it too heavy. It's just me and Jerry. I like a lot of people like switched up, started doing other stuff, jacking other stuff, but.
So it's not even necessarily a music thing. It's more of a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's just like a brotherhood type shit.
Team.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, so let's get into the music, man. I really like the 90s flow song.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you've kind of lived through a lot of different sounds in New York, and this one is more of a nod to the old school. So tell me like what inspired that song?
That song, around that time, I was really like watching old school videos, like watching old school interviews, like all that stuff, like just seeing how people conducted themselves back in the day. So then I ended up running into King Combs, and you know who King Combs is?
Yeah, this is P. Diddy's son.
Yeah,
he's outside pretty heavily because I've run into him too, just being in New York.
Yeah, he's like a more like old school nigga. Like he's not like really like he don't really like make drill music or nothing like New York is right now. He's more like an older type of person. So then ran into him, boom. I was just seeing how he conducted himself. I was like, damn, this nigga style's dope. So I was like, damn, everyone that I hang out with, they be on like the modern sound. So like no one around here, especially like this area, music that makes music around here makes like old school music. So I was like, let me just switch it up. Just do something different, do some old school shit. And at that time I was really influenced by it. And then I just came up with the song, recorded it like that. I made a couple songs. I made a whole tape a whole old school tape, 90s songs, like 90s, early 2000s beat. But I ended up not putting it out because I don't know, stuff just happened. I think.
Okay. What I want to talk about projects because I know you from SoundCloud singles and stuff like that. Do you have some full bodies of work that are out there?
As of right now, I don't. The only like thing that it's not only me is the Superfly tape, which is my label, which just dropped not too long ago, and I got a couple verses on there along with the other people on the label. So that's like really the only thing right now. But as of right now, my first like album is done. Like I just finished it like a couple days ago.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna drop it October 3rd. October 3rd.
Locked in.
My first album.
What's that gonna be called?
Probably What the Game's Been Missing.
What the Game's Been Missing.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what can we expect on there? What's the mood? Are you in a few different places vocally, sonically?
That tape is just right now. I feel like people think I'm more of like just a drill rapper. Like, oh, he makes drill music.
Right. So I'd say that's your like biggest music.
Yeah. So right now, when I drop that tape, people's gonna realize, oh, like, yeah, this man's an artist. Like, I'm not just a drill rapper. I don't just make this. Like, I'm an artist. I got everything on there. I got some stuff singing. I got like some boom bap rap. I got obviously some drill stuff. I got something for everybody. I got some dancing stuff, like some everything, really, everything.
Nice. Okay. Well, the other song I wanted to talk to you about is Who You Think, because that has like a dope beat, and then you come on there with like almost a whisper.
Yeah.
And that's what I really like about it. You got this like flow, but then you got this sound where you come in and it's almost a whisper, but it's not a whisper, but it's not like loud talking, and that just makes it so tough.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that song.
That song, damn, that song's old. I don't even remember. Oh, I came up with that song. That's What You Think. Man, these niggas wanna rap. Yeah. That's when I don't know. I was just on YouTube looking for beats, and then I found a Ski Mask type beat, and I was like, damn, this is different. So then I was just listening to it, and then I was like, damn, like the way the beat came in, I was like, damn, this shit's hard. Then I just wrote it. Then I snippeted it on Instagram. Like I did like a little trailer or something. And then that was like the first time in my whole life that I posted something on Instagram, and like I got like 100 shares. People are texting me like, yo, you gotta drop this, gotta drop this, gotta drop this. So when I snippeted it down, I'm like, damn, like I didn't even think this song was that serious, but everybody wanted it. And that's like one of like, to the people, that's one of their favorite songs for me. So.
Right, the people let you know. That's what's interesting about music now is like you can just wait for the feedback instead of like trying to pick singles yourself and stuff like that. You can give them a bunch of different snippets, say, what do you want? Like, what song do you want me to finish? Music's in like a very different place. I like that you said YouTube beats. So how do you go about looking for YouTube beats, and how long you been on that?
To be honest, I just go based off my mood. Like, it just depends on what type of mood I'm in at the time. Like sometimes I like to look up beats of artists I don't listen to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's when I feel like I find the best type of beats, and it helps me like broaden my like the music I put out. You know what I'm saying? Because if I keep looking up Pop Smoke type beats, Fabio type beats, then it's like I'm gonna make the same type of music because it's the same type of beat. But I be looking up like sometimes I look up like Soulja Boy type beats or like Diff Trippie Red type beats. You feel me? I don't listen to them, but it's just like different. And then I hear the beat and I like it, so it helps me like switch it up a lot. That's what I like.
That's actually a really good idea, because I feel like a lot of the criticism from the big hip hop artists of right now is like, oh, all your songs sound the same. You're just doing the same song over and over. So that's a great way to keep it fresh, like you said, keep your mind open to things. And we were just talking about the new song that you have coming out, What It Do.
Yeah.
So when's that coming out? Who's on it with you? Give me the details.
That song, that video, we just shot the video like last Friday at my brother CJ's birthday party. It was a movie. It was crazy. We were bouncing around everywhere. We were shooting a video. The cops came, kicked us out. It was crazy. Then we kept going from place to place, going to skate park, going to hotels, everywhere, just shooting. Everybody was having fun. We had like probably like 80 people with us, just following us. We're just vibing. But that song is me and my brother Almighty Saying, and then everyone already knows how it is when we hop on the track. Every time we hop on the track, gets great reception. They already know we about to shake the room when we hop on. So, sorry, it's nothing too serious.
So you're getting ready. You're getting ready to just let the people have this.
Yeah.
How quickly do you work? How much time does it take from like the song to getting the video ready to putting it out? Do you say you work quick, or do you like to take your time with it?
Nah, to be honest, I work pretty fast. Like I'll record the song, let's say Monday, then I'll call my videographer Dylan, shout out Dylan, and then I call him like, yo, bro, I send him the song, like, see if he likes it for me, because I don't want to make him like, because he's from CT, so I'm not about to make him come down here shoot a vid if he don't like the song. Then he'd be like, yeah, this is tough. Then we lock in a date. Probably like 2 days later, we come shoot it, and he works quick. Like, it's all really him, to be honest. Like, all I do is make the songs. He makes the videos go viral. He makes the movies, you feel me? So I just make the music, and then he comes, he shoots it. Like, for example, like I said, we just shot the video Friday. The video's done right now, and today's Wednesday. Today's Thursday, and the video's done.
And you're getting ready to drop it tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, I'm definitely going to be putting clips of that song in here. Definitely go check out what it do. Speaking of the videographer and that kind of like back and forth, in terms of like a treatment, do you have a lot of input in terms of like, oh, I want it to look like this and this, or do you kind of pick locations and look for the visual person to put his eye to it and kind of dictate what people are doing?
It really be like both, like, cause the way it is, it's not like a videographer artist relationship. Like, Dylan's not one of those people that he just pulls up and then like he's just gonna shoot my video and then like he leaves. Like, that's really like my brother in real life, you feel me? So like he comes, we just vibe. If he thinks like we should do something, then we something different, then we listen to him, because at the end of the day, he knows what he's doing. I trust him with my videos. I know he's not gonna like direct me in the wrong way, feel me? So we just be like, sometimes I'll be like, oh, let's go to this place, and he'd be like, all right, let's do it. Or like he'd be like, let's do this. I'll be like, let's do it, because I know that regardless, it's gonna be fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That allows things to like really happen organically when it's like you're not forcing any of these shots. You just like come across them and capture them.
Yeah.
So and that's more authentic too. Tell me about shows. Have you done any shows?
I did a couple shows, probably like 10, maybe like 10 shows. I started off doing my first shows in my school, high school. They used to have like school dances, and then I used to perform there. That was like my first type of shows I used to do. And then I opened up for Jay Critch before. And then I did like a bunch of local artist showcase stuff. And then I did a bunch of shows. My shows.
How about in Massachusetts?
Yeah, that was all in Mass.
Oh, okay. Nice. So are you excited to get back to it, or does the stage make you like a little nervous?
Nah, once I step on stage, it's different. Especially now that like I got like a way bigger following. I got like way better music now than what I used to perform. Cause sometimes I'll go to like these artist showcases or like stuff like that, and
it's quiet.
Yeah, cause they don't know me. Like, the crowd's lit cause they like my music, but like they don't know who I am. Now I got a pretty big following, so it's like if I throw a show right now, a lot of my fans are gonna come, so it's gonna be lit. For me, it's not like nothing like, oh, who's this person? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm like solidified, I feel.
Nice. I mean, that's exactly where you want it to be. And I'm like, that's the number one thing that I'm kind of missing too. Like, I'm very used to like popping out to shows, getting a little concert footage, throwing it up on YouTube, like finding like new artists that way. And so being at the house has been like very different for me. I think the next thing I want to talk about is marketing. And you talked a little bit about Triller and some of the things that you do for snippets, but what's the number one thing? Well, the other thing that I thought was funny was you were talking about on your This Is It podcast interview. Definitely go check out the This Is It podcast interview with Ajiggy if you haven't seen it. You were talking about not really marketing your music, which I thought was funny. You're like, I put it out and people mess with it, and it's that simple. But what's something that you've done or you've seen someone else do in the marketing of music that you think is really smart or really modern or really effective?
Like a lot of people I hang out with, none of us really like, we're not at the point yet where we make a lot of bread off the music, to be honest. So what I do as far as like, so the people can hear my music, like marketing it, I post a snippet. So let's say like, I'm gonna drop a video. Some people I know just drop videos. Like,
right. Here it is.
Yeah, like they'll post it at 9:00 a.m. and be like, video's gonna drop at 12. I don't do that because I feel like when you do that, it's not really effective. So if I'm gonna drop the video Friday, I'll post a snippet Monday, Tuesday. So now everybody's tuned in, and it gives people enough time because it's gonna be shared a lot. I know it's gonna have shares, so it gives it like, oh, it's feeding. Then like the day before the video drops, I'll be like, all right, video's gonna drop tomorrow. Then I post another snippet. So now everyone's still waiting, like, bro, this is tough. Then Friday I post a video, and it just be going up. Like
Let them have it. So you talked a lot about day of the week. Is there like, do you like dropping around the weekend specifically, or how does that work?
I usually always drop music around like Thursday. Thursdays is like the days I mostly drop music. Thursdays, Wednesdays, like from like 3 to 6, because I feel like that's when everybody's just at their house. Like, what are you really doing on a Thursday? Especially now, because the pandemic is like, you're not really doing nothing. So
right, you can have people's attention at in that window of time. Nice. So talk to me about. We talked a lot about kind of like the New York scene. You've kind of seen the New York scene develop. You've seen a lot of artists get really big on a national level, and I think from a lot of the artists I talk to in this area, it feels like the talent is there for that to happen in Western Massachusetts.
of course.
What do you think needs to happen and needs to change for Western Massachusetts to get on the map like that?
I feel like in order for us, for everybody around here to just somebody, at least just one person to blow up, we gotta like just support. Like, I know a lot of people that like, they just won't show you, like, they'll listen to your stuff, but they won't share it or like show it to somebody else because they feel like that's like the wrong thing to do, or they're gonna look like they're like rotting, you know what I'm saying? Like they're like on your back or something. Because I know a lot of people that know every word to my songs but never once shared it ever. And how are we supposed to get known like globally if our own people's not supporting us? You know what I'm saying? Like, look at like somewhere, like look at Brooklyn, for example. Look at Brooklyn. Pop got on, he put Ross Swish on, Fabio on, everybody. You feel me? Like Chef G got on, he put Sleepy Hollow on. Like, they all put each other on. But it's gonna take, and before that happened, everybody in Brooklyn was supporting them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had a big enough scene for that to happen. I feel like out here, people be scared to show support. I don't know why. It's just, I support everybody, but like, they just like don't want to like, I don't know. It might be like inner things. They probably don't want to see somebody win more than them. I don't know. But if everybody just showed, even if it's one artist, if they showed one artist support and that artist blows up, Western Mass is not that big. You know what I'm saying? So once one person blows, they're gonna be like, oh, who else makes music around here? Then like there's talent, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh, they're gonna look and then they see, oh, this person makes music, oh, but he's not nice. There's talent, like there's a lot of talent. So it's like all it takes is support. Once one person blows, everyone's gonna blow, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that there's that domino effect that is definitely gonna be tapped into. But I think what you said is also really important. Music has never been in this space of like ultra passive fandom where it's like, oh, let me go stream this dude and like, you know, rock with him in the car, but I'll never talk about it. I'll never share it. You know, that taking that next step in terms of rocking with an artist is really important. Streaming the song is cool, but like make it known in the comments and shares. You talked a lot about shares. I think it's important, and people who don't realize, people who don't make music and people who don't kind of have their own thing to sell don't really understand this, like how like it feels when it's like, oh yeah, like I have this thing, come support me, come like really support me and come really bring it. So I think that's a great message to kind of put out there and have people understand. Do you have any last shout outs or anything like that?
Shout out to my Superfly brothers. Shout out Tay, shout out Rod, shout out Billy Bump, shout out Grams, shout out Dylan, you know, shout out my brother Almighty Sand, shout out Jonas Rages. Check them out, check their music out.
I have to now, man.
Great
I
artists.
got a lot of homework to do.
Check
these
out
are a lot of new names for me.
Check out all the Superfly artists. Great, everyone I just named, great talent. Great talent. Shout out to God, shout out my family. And that's really it. Shout out everybody that support me. Shout out my fans. I got something for y'all soon. That's really it.
I appreciate that, man. Ajiggy, thanks for coming through the podcast.
Thank you.
Organized Sound, we're signing out for today. Definitely go check out all of Ajiggy's music, of which I'm going to link a bunch of it below. And we're signing out.